guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another season preview video. This time it's the turn of Sligo Rovers. Delighted to welcome Fionn Tessu back. How are you, Fionn?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, I'll tell you what, at the start I'll go through the Sligo signings and maybe you can pick out maybe some of your favourite ones there. So they brought in Will Fitzgerald from Derry, Paddy Kirk from Longford, Carlo Sullivan from Finn Harps, Aidan Keena from Falkirk, and Nando Pinacare, I believe is the right pronunciation, from Rio Ave in Portugal. What's your opinions there? They haven't brought in too many players thus far anyway, Fionn, although there's a rumour that a couple of players might be coming in before the start of the season, but they're leaving it a bit late, aren't they?
Yeah, they're leaving it very late. With the signings they've made, I don't think enough. I think Paddy Kirk is something that's going to excite me a little bit. What we've seen with him last year at Longford, very good fullback. So I'm excited to see what he'll be like. O'Sullivan as well, I think, is a good signing. I know he's always nicked a couple of goals against us when he was playing for Finn Harps. So he's exciting me as well. I think Will Fitzgerald as well impressed in pre-season. So a couple of good signings in there as well. It'll be interesting to see how Nando gets on as well. I only signed him there on loan. Interested to see how he'll get on. I watched a couple of YouTube clips of him there yesterday when they announced him. And he looks big, he looks strong. Will he replace Matton? It's yet to be seen. But a couple of good signings, but I think a lot more business needs to be done if we want to get to Europe again.
Yeah, of course, as you mentioned there, they lost John Mahon and Johnny Kenny. Kenny, you probably expected to go, to be fair, but Matton was probably a bit disappointing. That one came out of the blue a little bit. It caught everyone by surprise, really, didn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it myself. I didn't hear anything about him leaving. As far as I knew, he was signed on for next season. But look, it is what it is. I think he saw his opportunity to go abroad and he took it. To be fair to him, he owes us nothing. You know, he's been absolutely superb for us the last couple of years. A lot of experience in the league. Got Team of the Year last year. Put his body on his line time and time again. There's lots of question marks as in going over to St. Johnstone, I know, who are struggling in the Scottish League. But look, I hope it goes well for him because he's a fantastic player and he deserves his move. Same with Johnny Kenny. That didn't really surprise me as much because kind of everyone knew that he's going to be going. And look, I hope he goes over there and absolutely smashes it because he's a talent. Like, he's going to be one to watch for the future. Absolutely superb as well. But yeah, Mahon one disappointed me a little bit. Yeah, hopefully he gets on well though, because look, he's a good lad and he's always put his body on his line for Rovers, and he's a Rovers boy at heart. And look, if it doesn't work out for him, look, Rovers is always going to be there for him. But yeah, I think he'll be doing all right for himself.
Yeah, the funny thing is, they haven't actually lost many players. They've lost obviously very good players, in Kenny and Mahon in particular. But apart from that, like, it's the squad is fairly similar to last year, you'd have to say. And in general, actually, there is a bit of continuity there compared to some other teams, though, isn't there?
Yeah, surprisingly, I think we've lost like less players than previous years. I know they didn't sign on Walter Figueira, and I think Ryan De Vries as well has gone home back to New Zealand. That was one that disappointed me a little bit because I've always been a fan of De Vries. I always thought if you could add a bit more goals to his game, he'd be a superb striker. But his kind of family reasons, had a newborn child and they were living back over in New Zealand. Like, I don't blame him for going. So
yeah, obviously the likes of Greg Bulger, Gary Buckley, players of that are still at the club. Ed McGinty obviously is a big player for you. Niall Moran. I thought Adam McDonald in the second half of the season, like, he really started to improve in the last few months. I think he was getting up to speed with the game in Ireland and fitness levels and that. So I suppose you're hoping those kind of players hit the ground running. And obviously with Greg, he's such a leader and a fantastic player, but it's always difficult to see him being fit for the whole season, isn't it? This stage, I think.
Yeah, that was kind of one of our downfalls last season, was when Greg Bulger was out of the squad. You could really feel his absence. But then I feel like this is kind of the time where if Greg is absent, it's like the likes of Moran and McDonald as well to step up. McDonald, I think, come in. He had a tough start, but he really, really captured everyone's eyes when he was playing for us towards the end of the season. He was a very good player. And I think as well, if he could add a couple more goals to his game, I think he'll be a phenomenal midfielder for us. But it's nice to have the same kind of midfield on the back four as last season. I know Mahon's gone, but it's nice to see kind of the same kind of core players still there, which is, I think it's an improvement on previous years where we always let players go, and we've signed people on 6-month contracts and them go, and then we never had people there for more than a couple of years. So it's nice to see kind of familiar faces that are really good players as well that can really help us. So yeah, delighted with that.
I know potentially they could add a few more players, but at the same time, what do you think of the squad depth at the moment, though? Do you think it's a big enough squad? You've got Europe as well, of course,
no.
like you're in Europe.
Yeah, no, I think we need to make at least 2 or 3 more signings, especially in the striker position. Like you're looking across the league, and you're seeing teams like Derry picking up phenomenal signings. Pats and Bows making good signings as well. I know Bows lost a lot of their players at the start of the transfer window, but I think we need at least 3 more players. I know earlier on, about a month or so ago, we pulled out of the Padraig Hammond deal, but that seems to be coming back up on Twitter now, so hopefully we can get that across. And maybe a couple of other signings as well. I know there's still a couple of people on trial. We have a pre-season game against Atlanta now at the weekend, so a couple of people on trial. Hopefully we can get a couple of people signed up, because I think we'll need the depth. If we don't get any depth, I can't see us getting Europe again. I think other teams will pass us out, so I think it's really important to get a couple more signings on the board.
Are there any young players you think might be ones to watch for this season coming through?
I'm a big fan of Peter Maguire. I know him actually. He's a Leitrim lad. I played with him underage a little bit, and he's a very, very good player. He progressed through the Rovers Academy. I think he's going to be one to watch. Usually kind of the centre-back, centre midfielder. So keep an eye on him. And Caelan Barlow as well. Another young player that just signed his first professional contract. Has Irish international experience as well. He's more of an attacking player. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And the likes of Shamie Keogh as well. We signed him back last year, but I think he's going to be one to watch now next season as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Where do you think Sligo are going to finish?
My heart says Europe again, maybe 3rd or 4th, but just looking at the other teams around us, I think probably I'm looking around 5th place, unless we make a couple more signings, maybe 5th or 6th. But I'm hoping, and I've no doubt that they're going to try their best, and I think they could get Europe again. But it's going to be a proper battle this season, I think, between us and Derry, and Bows and Dundalk as well, maybe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Look, let us know where you think, guys. Sligo are going to finish. Thanks so much again, Fionn. Brilliant stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.